A star is like a cosmic engine, crushing atoms together under insane pressure and blasting light and heat across billions of miles. Now, combine it with a black hole, a trap so powerful that even light can't escape it. The monstrosity you get as a result seems like stuff from science fiction, but might actually be a very real space object. When the James Webb Space Telescope started looking at the universe in 2022, it spotted something super bizarre. There were these tiny red dots scattered across the sky, and they were from times when the universe was very young. It was something no one had ever seen. So astronomers were totally baffled, but they still managed to cook up a few theories. So one idea was that these red dots were mini galaxies, but not your regular small galaxies. These would be only 2% the size of the Milky Way, packed with so many stars that it would make them a cosmic mosh pit. But that would be so dense it might just break the laws of physics. So this theory isn't very plausible. Could those dots be quasars, glowing, star-devouring black holes? No, they're too faint for that. And if a black hole that big existed in something so tiny, the galaxy would be like a backpack trying to carry an elephant. Not gonna happen. It's time to get acquainted with Avi Loeb, known for his pretty extravagant ideas about civilizations from other planets, and his teammate Fabio Pacucci. They think these little red dots are galaxies, but super tiny because they haven't even started spinning yet. Picture a baby galaxy still learning to walk. Hey, there you go. This idea comes from the main theory of how galaxies form. They grow inside halos of hypothetical dark matter, the invisible stuff that makes up 85% of all the universe's mass. You can't see it or touch it, but its gravity acts like cosmic glue, pulling galaxies together. And those tiny red galaxies could be cradled in dark matter, waiting to start spinning and growing into the big galaxies we see today. The astronomers think these baby galaxies could live in halos that spin super slowly, more slowly than 99% of halos in the universe. It's easier to picture if you imagine holding a rope and spinning around. Spin fast and the rope flies out. Spin slowly and the rope just droops to the ground. That's exactly what could have happened with these galaxies. The halos were too slow to stretch them out, so they kept the galaxies tiny. This could help explain why we only see such red dots in the universe's baby pictures. Over time, the halos would speed up, and the galaxies inside would grow and spread out, eventually looking like the galaxies we're used to. Loeb explained it like this: dark matter halos have a rotational velocity. Some spin fast, some spin slowly. If you assume that these little red dots are in the slowest 1% of halos, all the strange things we see about them suddenly make sense. But the thing is, this isn't the only explanation. Two other teams of astronomers have recently suggested that these dots could be something totally new, a type of cosmic object they call black hole stars. An international group of astronomers and physicists, including experts from Penn State, think these dots are actually giant balls of hot gas that are so dense they look like the atmospheres of normal stars. But instead of being powered by nuclear fusion like regular stars, these are fueled by supermassive black holes in their centers. The black holes gobble up matter, turning it into energy, and that energy gives off the light we see. After looking at enough red dots, scientists found one with so much atmosphere that it couldn't be explained as just a bunch of normal stars in a tiny galaxy. Instead, it's basically one enormous, very cold star. Now, cold stars don't emit as much light because their temperatures are low compared to your typical stars. Most stars in the universe are low-mass, colder stars, but they're usually hard to spot because the brighter, massive stars shamelessly steal the show. As for these black hole stars, they shine in the red and near-infrared wavelengths. It's light we can't see with our own eyes anymore. And even though the gas around supermassive black holes is usually millions of degrees hot, The red dot black hole stars could be surrounded by very cold gas, like a low-mass star's atmosphere. This could explain why they glow so faintly. So, in other words, what we thought were tiny galaxies full of stars might be single giant stars powered by black holes. Now, let's figure out how the James Webb Space Telescope helped astronomers make this discovery in the first place. It's one of the most powerful telescopes in space. It was designed to look all the way back to the birth of the universe, using infrared instruments to detect light from the oldest stars and galaxies. Basically, it's a time machine that allows scientists to see the universe as it was about 13.5 billion years ago, right near the beginning of everything. The moment the James Webb started scanning the skies, astronomers noticed tiny red dots popping up everywhere. And those objects were way too massive for what galaxy models predicted. At first, the team thought they were just mature galaxies, which get redder as their stars age. But the dots were way too bright. To explain them as galaxies, the stars would have to be packed together so tightly that it seemed physically impossible. You see, a galaxy like that would make the night sky blindingly bright. To figure out the mystery, the scientists needed spectra. That's data showing how much light the objects gave off at different wavelengths. Between January and December 2024, they spent nearly 60 hours of James Webb time collecting spectra from 4,500 distant galaxies. It's one of the biggest spectroscopic datasets ever taken with Webb, and it gave astronomers an unprecedented peek at the dawn of space. In July 2024, the team spotted an incredibly extreme object. It immediately grabbed their attention. They nicknamed it the Cliff because it became the perfect test case to figure out what those mysterious red dots really were. The object spectrum showed an enormous amount of mass, the most extreme case of its kind detected so early in the universe. The light from the Cliff had traveled nearly 12 billion years to reach Earth. But the weirdest thing was that spectral analysis showed that the light wasn't coming from a cluster of stars at all. It was coming from a supermassive black hole. This black hole was pulling in surrounding matter at an incredible rate, wrapping itself up in a ball of hydrogen gas. Black holes like this are usually found at the center of galaxies, sometimes millions or even billions of times more massive than our Sun. Their gravity is so strong that matter falling in gets converted to energy, producing enormous amounts of light. The discovery of the Cliff and similar objects shows that these black hole stars might be the baby version of the supermassive black holes we see at the centers of galaxies today. Yep, astronomers might be witnessing the universe's most powerful monsters as babies, before they grew into the huge giants we know. The James Webb has already spotted signs of big black holes in the early universe. And these black hole stars might explain how the universe grew so fast. You can think of them as turbocharged space builders, sucking in matter, getting bigger, and powering up the early cosmos. The scientists plan to study them more to see how dense their gas is and how strong they really are. As for the little red dots, they're super far away, both in space and in time. And they're so tiny that studying them is tricky. But for now, the black hole star idea is the best explanation, fitting just about all the data. Researchers are working to figure out the rest, and even if some guesses turn out to be wrong, astronomers will just follow the clues, and the next idea is bound to pop up. That's it for today. So hey, if you pacified your curiosity, then give the video a like and share it with your friends. Or if you want more, just click on these videos and stay on the bright side.